About 3 of them next week.
Starting at 45, that's just
We
me.
got it.
Yeah, right.
You got it on?
10.
Not recording, huh? You think it is now? I'll tell you what's the truth. That thing right there needs to be a shelf. Is it recording now? I think we need a shelf right here closer to slide that particular thing that you got started. We need to do some modifications on that thing.
Yes, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, the hour is at hand. I'm going to ask Commissioner Johnson if he would to give the invocation, please.
Father, we do thank you again for just allowing us to come in to handle our city business. We ask you to give us knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to do the best that we can. We ask you to bless our city, our state, nation, our soldiers, those that are sick, the Marines, and shed in. You bless me, I ask in your name, amen.
Amen. The agenda is before you. I make the motion we approve the agenda, or is there anyone for some of the last minute calls would like to amend it for something? We'd like to be open and satisfy the wishes of everybody as much as we can. Hearing nothing like that, I entertain a motion that we approve the agenda.
I'll come over here.
Mr. Johnson makes the motion.
Second.
Mr. Griffin is seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, any opposed? None, okay. You've got the minutes before you. I hope you've had a time to look at them. If not, scan them, and I'll entertain a motion that we, at your convenience, and at the proper time, whenever you get ready, entertain a motion that we approve the minutes.
I'll motion that we approve the minutes.
Mr. Johnson has made a motion that we approve the minutes as recorded. Second. Mr. Purser has made, seconded the motion. All in favor, or is there any other comments relative to that? Hearing none, I call for the vote. All in favor of approving the minutes, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, they're approved. Okay, who's going to handle if y'all got that piece of, that document in front of you that Ms. Hewlett has sent us, had a chance to look over the Okefenokee occasion. I'm an enthusiastic supporter of this event. I think it really puts our South Georgia best foot forward, and I know that others of you feel the same way that I do. I was in a meeting recently, and this is not concrete, but it looks as though they approve 10 people. And I questioned Ms. Bonnie about the rigidity of 10, and she's going to see if there is some flexibility, but this is what the situation is. Some of the bigger counties could load up a Greyhound bus load of their people from a certain place and come up there and swamp the place. A little county like Jeff Davis or some others might not be represented. So in an attempt to have equal representative from all of the counties that sponsor this event, they try to keep the number to somewhat a controllable number. Now, as the meeting I was in the other day, it appears that the Industrial Authority, and this is not all concrete now, but we'll finalize it as we go along. The Industrial Authority, I think, is going to have 2 there. If they stay rigid to 10 people, that leaves and the commissioners were there with me at the time, or the representative. They say we can have 4 apiece. And they even indicated that the county commissioners may not have 4, we might could have 5 and then 3 or something. But at any rate, this event's taking place, and I think we've already voted previously to participate, but now we've got to decide who's going and remit our $150 per person that's going to be involved, and get our money in sometime next month, right soon. Within the next 30 days, we've got to move and take action. So is any further discussion relative to this Okefenokee occasion?
Mayor, can I make just one point on that?
Yes.
Kind of back up what you said.
even if only say 6 of us wind up going, it's still $1,500.
Absolutely.
So I think, I'm pretty confident that me and Ms. Terry will go
Yeah.
for the development authority.
Yeah,
So as soon as we know, we really want to get some good, strong commitments on that and have the 10 people, and if we can do more, of course, we would like to do more, but regardless if we have 10 or less, it's still $1,500.
yeah. At the time that times that I've been involved in this, we had more than 10. We had, we had a few of our brothers and sisters that, it's quite a nice party, and it's a good feed, and we had several that have a fun time and enjoyed it quite a bit. But at any rate, we have approved this already, is my understanding. This has all been approved. While we're here, and I know this is not a planning session, but does anybody know right off the bat who's going or who plans to go?
I didn't, I know we'd approved it and everything else, but I hadn't planned on it. I'd like to, but like I said, I don't know who else is committed to go, whatever else, or how many slots we're gonna have. So, I mean,
But you're ready to go.
I would like to, if,
Who, Tommy?
Yeah, but I want to ask something first.
Okay.
Can the school board be involved in this too?
You can have any representation, it can be school board, county, city, development authority, chamber, it doesn't matter. It's 10 people from the community. There's nothing that says that it has to be city, it has to be county. So, yeah, I mean, if I want to try
I'd like
to
to
bring
go.
Mr. Dr. Rents,
Yeah, I'd like to go, but if, in the interest of the entire community, if we can get some board members, I'll be glad to give my seat up.
Well, me
You
too.
know,
Bonnie has pretty well spearheaded this now, and she's communicated and tried to, with everybody. In fact, the little gifts that we give out to the folks, Bonnie has already assembled every one of those. I mean, Bonnie's really worked hard on this thing. And I'll mention it to her that she wants to maybe fill out with the new superintendent, see if some of his people want to be involved. And I think now, I've asked her to check and see, because before, there was more enthusiasm about people going, and we had more than 10. And, but at any rate,
We
we'll
had
check.
one that crashed one time.
We won't get into all that.
Well, it's supposed to be. All right, again, I'd like to go, but, if we need the room to get some school board members in there, I've always gone as a member of the meeting, every time I've gone before. I don't think I've ever gone to city council member, I can't remember. But anyway, I'm,
Well, if you don't go as a council member, will you go as a media person?
well, it doesn't matter, it's still 10. I can go either way.
No, if you go in as media, just like Bonnie, I think you and Bonnie, if you go as media and Bonnie in her position, I think that wouldn't count as our team.
well, now Bonnie is +1. She's not, they don't charge her.
That's what I'm talking about, and I think I'm not sure, this is something that we could work out.
I always thought I went as media, but I think I went as a chamber representative.
Was counted among the 10. Well, we'll have to check that out. When are you going to be able to go?
I'm not gonna be able to go, but I do want the rest of the board to go, 'cause I think that y'all need to meet with our representatives. I won't be able to go to this, and we coming back up next time for GMA, but, I want this board to go, in the
Mr.
clerk or
Clerk, are you going to be
something.
able to go? Yeah. All right, I think we'll certainly have our group, and we'll check with the county commissioners. And like you say, Tommy, that's good that with the school board or anybody representing our community, we want to put all of us put our best foot forward. Okay, we're on board with that. We'll notify. You know what still is, ma'am?
Yes. While you're talking about the Okefenokee occasion planning meeting, this was received in the mail today. I put a handout in front of all the commissioners. It's from Tanya Hendricks. There is going to be a planning committee meeting for the 2017 Okefenokee occasion to be held Wednesday, September the 28th, 2016 at 12 noon at the Pierce County Chamber of Commerce, Blackshear's Historic Train Depot at 200 Southwest Central Avenue, Blackshear, Georgia. And I have got to RSVP about who will be attending by Friday, September the 23rd, 2016. So you see that laid in front of you, and please get with me and let me know who will be
Okay, now
attending.
you plan to go, is that right?
Yes, sir.
And I think Ms. Hewitt plans to go, and anyone else I think that would like to would be fine. Okay, all right, good, thank you. All right, let's move on. Next item, number 6. It was called to my attention some time ago that when these ladies match up purchase orders and with invoices for Ms. Dial to get our bills paid, the absence of some of us coming by and asserting our signature in the proper place for authorization for these things to be paid is not happening. So and they asked me, the girls, they asked me to let's mention that to you. And I think maybe they might call you or try to find a routine time maybe to come by, because based upon the amount of the order and what department it is, the signatures are required, and they're having a little trouble with that. So I'm just asking you to try to look into that.
Refresh my memory, how many, what is the money level at which the department head can approve it, and then if they need, you know, the department head and the council member or all council, what are the thresholds? I forgot.
Well, normally
There's certain dollar amounts. for
500,
each one.
500, I think, at one time, you got it there? Does it say the amount on there?
Oh, that's right, it does.
It says-
Yes.
Yeah. Up to $500, then with 500 to 1,500 is just one council member, and anything over 2,500 is the whole council. All right,
That's it?
that's good.
Thank you, Steve.
We'll put it right there.
I got some for you to sign tonight.
He was being nice to him. He had an ulterior motive. He had an ulterior motive. All right, y'all know what we're talking about. Let's try to help the girls there. They've asked for some help. Let's do it. All right. Yes, I brought this up. You was asking me about something. Ken, have we made any progress on the Clint Owens building?
Yeah, I got the appraisal, the appraiser contacted me first week, sent it to me by PDF to look at, I looked over it. I said, that's good, go ahead and send me the hard copy version in your bill. I thought I'd get it this week, I hadn't got it yet, but I expect I may get it tomorrow or first week. I got that, we're ready to proceed with the suit once we get it. That's all we've been waiting on.
All right, now, did you-
Proceed with what?
The receipt for the appraisal,
Well, you said we're ready to proceed.
proceed with the condemnation.
Condemnation.
We had to have the appraisal to do that.
And as soon as you get this done, even with this pending suit, we tear that building down. Didn't you tell me that?
Well, I understand that once we file it, there's a procedure, we go ahead and take title to it, and then all that's litigated is value, what we have to pay.
So, but then you tell me that the
Yeah.
hazard, once you get us to that point,
Right.
we can remove the hazard.
Right.
It
Yeah,
needs to go.
The condemnation may go on another year, but we'll go ahead, we can go ahead and do what we need to do.
Okay, you keep us out of
I will.
trouble now. When you think we can get it all together now? Because that needs to be done.
I'll say in October sometime,
You think next month?
I think
Maybe
we
maybe
probably
at the
can
time
be
we're meeting
started.
next month,
Yeah,
we'll either be
hopefully.
through with it or started or
I think
involved.
so, yeah.
Would this be come under real estate, or can we, or limited to say how much it was, the price?
Well, it's gonna be public record.
How much is it?
Don't hold me to it, it was a little over $7,000.
That's not bad.
Is what he
But then you know what kind of value he's got on it.
Yeah.
Well, it's gonna be a war of the operation.
Oh, yeah, but
But
at
he
least
did a good
you
job.
go get us where we can move
Yeah.
it. Okay, well, that's what I wanted to do. Thank you for that. Yes, ma'am, what?
You forgot.
Oh, I did skip y'all, I'm sorry. Well, keep me straight. for
Yes,
goodness
yes,
sake.
sir.
Yeah, I'm sorry, folks, I skipped the website bit, and I think all you are familiar with the fact that Ms. Anderson is maintaining already, as has been for some time, and doing a good job of maintaining Facebook. And with our new website, it's also, I know, simplicity,
Sophisticated.
I can't say it either.
well, thank you, has been helpful. It would have never happened had not Mary Ann taken all the pictures and done all the verbiage and put all that thing together. And we do have a good website. And we've entered into an agreement with her to continue to maintain the Facebook page and the website for a monthly contract. And I think all of you looked at it and approved it already, is my understanding. Is this correct? All in favor of continuing with the approval of this?
Need a motion?
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to approve it. I think the cost is very reasonable and it's worth it.
Okay, is there a second to that motion? Mr. Bloodwood is second to the motion. Any further discussion relative to having our very capable Miss Mary Ann to handle these duties for us? Hearing none, I call for the vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Mary Ann, you've got another handful of duties.
Let me say this, y'all need to help out a little bit if y'all have any.
Oh, no,
announcements.
you've got this thing you have.
You know how hard it is to come up with something every single day? So if y'all have any kind of notices that you want to go on there, any kind of announcements,
Yeah, we do need to help her more, really, and it will be more representative of our community. And that, by the way, for supervisors, department heads, it's just as much your responsibility to think about things, employees, and the good things that's happened and whatnot that you can give her. And you folks are on the front line and know about these things as much or more than we do. So by all means, all of you be involved in that.
Mayor, can I ask a question real quick?
Sure.
This is actually more of a favor. Rotary, you know, we spoke with you about doing the golf tournament later in October. Rotary not being part of any government entity, can we still advertise the golf tournament on the city's website?
Absolutely.
Sure. Okay.
Absolutely.
I'll get that information.
Oh, yeah, by all means.
Thank you.
Anything to do with our community that, putting our best foot forward on anything, we'll try to keep all of our junk to ourselves, but anything we can come up with good, put it on there.
I'd like to ask something. Mary, do we have the ability on there to collect email addresses from people who use it so that, well, I'm thinking if we had like we had to close the downtown streets today, if we could broadcast that email out to as many people as possible, could you just check to see if we can do something like that? Okay.
All right, anything else relative to that? Let's see, where are we at? Number 8. All right, y'all got that report in front of you, and it will be approved as presented.
Make a motion.
Motion made, is there a second?
So,
Second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That's done. You look, see the water and sewer adjustments. Ms. Lori always handles that. And, she tries to grapple and struggle for every dollar, and when she does an adjustment, it's justified. I know she does a good job of that. All in favor of approving that, say aye.
Aye.
All right. Check register, you've seen that, you got an opportunity to look at the bills. I hope you've looked at your financial report. Thank the Lord, October will be here soon. I hate to be wishing my life away. But next month, we get a sizable check. In our financial report, Councilman Griffin, you know what I'm talking about. The financial picture will look a lot better about the middle of next month. Thank the Lord for that. Okay, citizen comments, and y'all got any? Yes, sir. You're not a citizen.
Well,
You're a
business-
citizen too, aren't you?
business for the council.
All right.
I was approached yesterday and asked if the veterans could use our municipal building to hold their meeting once a month. They've outgrown the museum meeting place, and I would like to ask permission to allow them to use our municipal building on Tuesday night. That's what we built it for. It's a citizens' building, and let them use that to meet once a month.
Well, one Tuesday night a month.
One Tuesday night a month. We'll unlock it, we'll make sure the lights are off, and it's relocked when they finish.
Gentlemen, you have the chief has presented a request for the utilization of minutes of the building one Tuesday night a month by the Veterans Association.
I'll make a motion we approve the request.
Mr. Berger made a motion, we approve the request. Mr. Griffin has seconded. Any further discussion relative to the request? Hearing none, call for the vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None opposed.
Thank you.
You can notify them that that's done. Okay, anybody else?
I've got a couple things.
Okay?
I'm just gonna get y'all to that Ken has drawn up for the landowners. You have.
Yeah, that's a draft, I'm making
Yeah.
some changes to it, go ahead.
Yeah, this is the updated one that she sent me later.
I've updated it since then.
Okay, well,
But just a few minor things that go wrong.
you got these.
You don't have enough now. I've got one right here. I
I've got
don't
enough.
know whether it's a draft A, B, or C, but anyway.
I think this will be
You
big.
say there's a D now? Draft D?
Well, it's just, make it good.
I'll tell you what, since, go ahead, Cody.
This is just a letter that Ken has drawn up to notify the landowners of the city wanting to get
Clear
an
the flat.
easement on to the property to get the trees down that's in the flat zone or the glide slope. I was just gonna let y'all review it. And if y'all have any concerns or anything, get with Ken or me, and we can discuss and get this thing finalized and sent out maybe one day next week. The second thing I've got is the airport authority wants the city council to approve Danny Carter for wiring up some lights under the shelter at the fuel farm for an amount of $760. That way the light will, you can see actually fueling the airplanes again.
Okay, somebody make a motion for, what that, by the way, are these gonna be motion detected or not? Are
They're actually gonna be on photo cell. They'll be production dollar.
Oh, okay. All right, and it's 700, how much?
$760.
I hear a motion that we approve Mr. White's request for the $760.
I make a motion to approve it.
Mr. Griffin's made the motion to approve the request. Is there a second?
Yeah.
Seconded by Mr. Johnson. Any further discussion relative to that request? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, the motion's carried. What else, Cody?
That's all. Thank you.
Anything else now? Any kind of report you, briefly you might want to make on the airport authority meeting? I thought you had a good meeting.
Yeah, we did. We had a good meeting. It's always a learning experience when we have the DOT guy in. He's always trying to keep it straight. So we have learned a lot in the last few months that he's been in and sit in on the authority meetings. Like I say, he's steered us in the right direction. I think he's a good replacement for Charles Evans that retired earlier this year. So I think we're gonna be good as far as him being the new representative for GDOT.
Thank you, Cody.
I have one question about the letter before we leave the airport. Ken, it says in the third paragraph, second sentence, as part of that requirement, the city recently completed an aerial survey. Did we do the aerial survey or did FAA?
Had it done.
Had it done.
Yeah.
Who did?
Who did it, Cody?
The FAA does the area
I just
surveys.
think it'd be nice to clarify that, so they'll understand that we're not doing this on our own.
Not only
The FAA.
not only did we do the flight that projected it and pinpointed it, we put men on the ground actually spotting them physically in locations we hadn't.
You see what I'm saying? They're gonna think, well, the city did it. How did they know they did it right?
I'll try to do it.
You correct that? Okay, that's good. Anybody else got anything relative to this letter? You heard that, Cody, I guess now?
Yes, sir.
All right. You got that? Did you have another thing or two you wanted to mention?
Just, it's just syntax things, nothing major.
Okay. All right. It appears that we will be, and another thing too, and I'm being repetitive, I apologize. This work of clearing this flat zone is holding up a bunch of projects that we need to be moving on.
This is just, go ahead, I'm listening.
Some horseplay going on back here behind you. This is holding up some, everybody, and I think Cody's working hard at that, so good. Anything else, anybody?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Want to give y'all an update real quick on the Joint Development Authority, Hazelhurst, Telfair, and Lumber City. We've been trying to come up with a number that we need in order to survive, basically a break-even dollar amount for a budget. Where we're running into a problem right now, Telfair County, actually I should say Lumber City, there's a question about their ISO rating. At one point we were told it was an ISO 6, we got quotes on that, then it came back showing that it was an ISO 10. So we had, and y'all know that's the worst you can have, and your premiums are as high as they can be. And then earlier today, it came back saying, I think that they had another report now saying that it's an ISO 7. Don't know that there's really much of a difference.
There is.
Is there?
The letter I seen said they were an ISO 10. That's the
Okay.
letter I seen. Now, they had some time to try to clarify that up. I don't think that I don't personally think they can meet the requirements to go from back to the 7.
Okay.
But I haven't not seen the letter I've seen that was sent to Lumber City showed them as an ISO 10.
When was that letter that you, or?
It's probably been about 6 months ago that I seen
All right,
that.
I'm gonna talk with Ms. Ray again. I think, and Ken was at our meeting today, didn't they say that this was a recent?
They said recent, because we didn't see it, but that's what they were saying.
Exactly.
They moved it up to that.
So the point of all this though is I've been working, we've been working hard trying to come up with that number that we need to establish as our budget so that we can come back to our respective members and say, okay, this is how much we need in order to pay for insurance and the D&O, all that good stuff. Also, so right now, we're still trying to come up with that number because we've had some.
Let me interrupt you just briefly, and Tui didn't preface this, but at the present time, this group has gotten back together. We were instrumental in putting Mr. Copeland as our representative on it, and they're doing a good job. They're really working on trying to put this thing together. At this particular time, there's no insurance on those buildings, none.
I understand.
And what he's trying to do, and this group is trying to do, is to be frugal as possible, but to get this thing on a sound footing. And it's going to take, and this ISO rating is going to have an effect on their cost of trying to buy premium from cover.
And there's no D&O coverage either.
That's
at this
right.
point, which
That's right.
They're operating naked.
Correct.
They're gonna need that.
So at any rate, they're trying to put a budget together, and of course, as y'all know, we're strapped, but we've elected to remain, and we've got this gentleman who's working hard with it, and we're gonna have to support it. And when are you gonna have these figures together?
Right now, we've kind of narrowed down who the agent is that's provided the lowest premiums. So at this point, Ms. Ray is working towards getting a new quote from her, including the D&O insurance that Mr. Smith alluded to, and then we'll be able to present that to you. What I'm also prepared to recommend, though, is if we can't get a quote to cover the buildings in a timely fashion, that we at least move forward with getting liability insurance, because I don't think liability is tied to ISO, is it? So at least we'll be covered if somebody were to get on a bicycle and fall and get hurt on a
Keep us informed and keep up the good work. I think, and they're working on some possibilities too on maybe adding some things over there that will finally make this thing productive. And Lord knows I hope it is.
If I can make an observation, I've been involved with this since the inception, and there's a world of difference between the board we have and what we had. Well, I saw going on today. Things are moving in a positive. I think we're gonna see something good.
And I'll say this while you're standing there, your presence and all the footwork and hard work that you've done, Edia, is largely responsible for what it's doing, and we appreciate it.
We're a really good team, I think. So
I think we appointed a good member.
one more thing, then I'm gonna let y'all
Before we
get back
get
to
away
work.
with that, let me just ask, Charles, I know that the ISO rating is determined in part by the distance they are from a fire station, travel distance, not
Response time.
What kind of distance makes that difference?
Basically, in the county, you got 5 miles. In the city, it's like 1.5 miles if you're inside the city limits.
So if you're, but how far does it, if you're not within 5 miles, how much does that bump your rating up?
If you're not within 5 miles of the fire station, you go to class 10
Okay.
automatically.
That answers my question.
And I think, Charles, and you're the specialist in this area, I think one thing that hurt them is they've had some problems and they had absolutely no response.
Well, their biggest problems, ISO told them they were coming in, they had nothing to give them when they got there. No records. I mean, you have to prepare months in advance or be prepared for this. No hydrant records, no personnel records, no training records. There was nothing to hand them. If ISO walks in and you don't have anything from them, they automatically give you a class 10. Another criteria is if a station fails, Lumber City got a structure fire and they failed to respond to that structure fire and it falls within that grading period when they're gonna pull your instance, that's an automatic 10. I mean, those things will send you to a 10 automatically.
And their response in 2 or 3 cases has put them in this mess. It's a real problem.
I want to also give y'all some other positive stuff right now too. In the last 6 months, I've been chasing a lady with the Georgia Department of Economic Development. Her name is Brittany Holtzclaw, and she's at the top of the pyramid.
out there. Leads that come into the state as far as industrial development and all kinds of stuff. I've been after about agribusiness. We have a workforce available for agribusiness in this community. It's the biggest economy in our community. October 4th, she is coming to Jeff Davis County. I thought we were going to be pushed to have a meeting up in Atlanta, but I've got her to come here and put her eyes and feet on our ground. So she'll be here to visit with the Development Authority and look at some properties, with the county and stuff on August 4th. I'm going to take her to one of the cities, we'll show her those 4 buildings. I think those buildings are probably a lot more conducive to something related to agriculture, more so than industrial.
October 4th?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you said August, I was like.
Did I say, I'm sorry, October. A backup date would be the 7th, so if she can't make the 4th, it would be the 7th. But we're gonna get her out there, we're gonna show her what we got. And
Keep her on the 4th, because the 7th of October, 3 of these gentlemen will be in Savannah.
Okay.
Recipients of CDBG
Okay.
grant funds.
All right, good.
Anything else?
That's all I got.
Any questions for Mr. Copeland? Thank you, my friend.
Might want to take that TV home.
Yeah. Anybody else? Anybody else got any remarks? Mr. Hall, good to have you with us tonight.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, we're out of that here. What about Councilman? Any of y'all got any burning items on your chest you want to get off?
Just we're continuing, and we'll be getting some more improvements done over at the dog park here within the next week, and getting some grass put down so the winter ride won't let the rain take and wash the soil away, so we can continue to take and get it prepared, like I said. But it's a work in progress. We're still gonna keep plowing at it.
I call it Yappy Trails.
And I think that would be a really good name for it. Like I said, I thought it would be a pretty good name. We're gonna take and continue to march with it. Like I said, we're gonna continue to make improvement with it. And
From now on, when we put something on the agenda, my dear, I expect it to be relative to Yapping Trail. Okay, anybody, any other commissioner?
I just, if you want to reiterate what you said about what Commissioner Hall here, I go to all the county commission meetings or every one I can, and when I'm not there as a member of council, I'm there as a member of the press. And, I think it would do both of our bodies a great amount of good if we spend more time going to each other's meetings. Find out, the problems they have and the problems we have, et cetera, et cetera. I appreciate you being here. Really do.
Mr. Council, you want to preach us a little sermon?
No, not tonight. Say tonight.
Y'all know that I like to stand up, speak up, and shut up in short meetings, but this 30 minutes is just a little bit too short. So give me just about 3 or 4 minutes. And I can't do it sitting down here. I want to get out here where I can look you in the eye a little bit. This is a point of personal privilege. This is my opinion. And if you don't like it, that's tough. This is my opinion. But I want to make a few remarks. And I do it with all sincerity. I take this job real serious. And I want you to know that I know I'm an old-time politician. Now, a politician is known to lie to you. But I'm not up here telling lies. I'm up here with the absolute truth. I think that this council that I'm looking at right here, and this is I preface this now, this is my opinion. I think this council is absolutely the best that's ever sat for the city of Hazelstown. If you go back and check, there's been some good people now, very capable people, and I'm not criticizing any of them. But if you look at overall, ward by ward, you take this one down here on the end right here, this Johnson fellow. He served this hospital and this health department in his community. He's been citizen of the year. There's just no end to the history and the wealth of service and experience that man's had. And he's sitting here expressing his opinion. And it's a valuable one, and we appreciate you, right? This fellow sitting right here, next to him, this Purser fellow, he's been here in this town for a long time, publishing all of the facts, carrying going on. He said a minute ago, he's at the commissioners meeting and all of the other meetings, athletic events, publishing this paper. If anybody knows what's going on and what's happening in this town and who's been involved in it, that man's been involved in it. He's been there. Well-educated fellow, good writer, owner his tail sometime, but he's a good man.
Very good. My wife would say most of the time.
This fellow right here, tough Marine, good soldier. I've checked with some people who knew you when you were a soldier, good. And there's never been a man to come on the city council of Hazelhurst that got involved. And with you, we're a part of the Georgia Municipal Association. And that man has gotten involved, and he is now president of our regional GMA municipal group. That's to be commended. He's involved in the business here. He's got a good education, a lot of experience. Commend you. This fellow right here, I've come to think a lot of that guy. This is on the, I know this is being recorded, it suits the heck out of me. Me and old John likes to drink Scotch whiskey every now and then. I don't care who knows it. I don't need it. I've come to appreciate John. He's oriented to public service. He's an excellent politician. He's got the best interest in this town at heart, I can tell you. I'll repeat, I think sitting right here is the best council with qualified people that's ever sat, barring none. I think you're sitting there. And you two down here on this end,
Thank you.
the three of us, we just got reelected here. But if you put 4 quarters down here representing the dollar, do you gentlemen know that 25% of our term is just gone? 25% of it gone. What the heck have we done? What have we accomplished? We're good people. These two down here, y'all know that 3 of those quarters are gone. You ain't got but a quarter left.
That's right.
And I'm gonna say this to you, flat and frank. Sort of like an outstanding college athlete. He's so blooming good, the pros looking for him, retirement or whatever. But the team is such that he decides to stay another year, another term, to finish out. They're almost ready to win the Southeastern Conference or win the Super Bowl ring. And I'm gonna tell you right now, if you go to any war in this town, I don't think you can find a replacement that can, if you will do it. Now, we may not always do it, but if you will do it, I don't think you can replace you 4 men to save your life for a better person. I know some good people out there, but you've been here, you've got experience. And I'm gonna tell you, look at me, Mr. Perfect. I'm telling you right now, I don't want you retired yet. I don't want you going on to the Super Bowl. I want you to stay with this team. And we need to work together. We need to play ball. And I'm going to ask you to, it comes time to qualify. I want you to qualify. I want you to be back. I want you to stay on this team. 75% of it's gone, but I don't care whether Ken likes it or the others like it. I'm telling you, I think you're valuable to this team both ways. Now you don't, now listen, if you want the ball run, there's 2 young bucks that they're looking at. Just because you can't run, there's 2 down there that can run fast.
We throw it to them.
I want you to hike the ball.
All right.
Now let them do the running.
All right.
And if we play basketball, old Purser, he's a jump shot artist. He can hit the basket from most anywhere on the court.
No, we like to dunk.
Well, I'm dead at the foul line. So what I'm saying as a team, really what I'm emphasizing, y'all is a great team here. And this town is a great team. And we've got it. But it's, and let me get out here just a little bit. Here's some men. I'll start right here with Glenn. You can take that man and carry him to Douglas, to McRae, to Baxter, anywhere around here, and put him in charge of the plumbing department in any one of those towns, and he can click just like that. If a man knows the water and sewer business, that man knows. And he's, let me tell you something, he's not going to be alone. Here's this a fellow right here that can take, we've got all kind of machinery and stuff working to keep the street garbage trucks and everything running, hydraulics, and motor graders, and backhoes, and excavators. That man right there, any one of his employees gets sick, he crawl right in and take off. And he's been here a long time, he's not too far from retirement either. I'll tell you something else about him too. If you don't think he's the boss, you ask anybody that works for him. And he runs a good ship. And he's dedicated. How many years you been here, Jeff? 28. 28 years. That's commendable. How long you been here, Blaine?
April will be 30.
30 years. We'll go over here to old Cody. This young man has gone out to the airport several years ago as a young, he just likes it out there. And to stay out there by himself, hush, I'm talking now. But that young man now is, when it comes to the approaching, the lighting, the extension that we've had out there, and fencing and looking after it, and he's got the bull by the horns out there. I mean, he really has. Sometimes he gets talking about, oh, he says, oh, that ain't right, so happened. And Cody knows what's going on out there. And let me tell you something. How many airplanes do y'all think space out of that airport? I want to hear somebody guess. How many airplanes is based out there? Based out there, lives out there, owns and stays out there. Somebody answer me. 20. Yeah, 20. Well, let me tell you, both of you are wrong.
I figured that.
There's 30 based out there, 30 airplanes. We just got through today signing and buying $25,000 worth of jet fuel. I mean, we're in business out there. Now, when I tell you that, tell me how many airplanes is based at Vidalia Airport. Come on now. You know Vidalia, 20. Y'all can participate. How many is based at Vidalia?
32,
27. We've got 3 more airplanes and better aircraft flying in and out of Hazel's Airport than do in Vidalia. Let's go to Waycross. You know, big town of Waycross. We all went shopping there, everything down there. How many is based at Waycross? Waycross is a pretty big town. How many?
20 sounds like a good number.
I heard something about it. You said 30? 27 based at Waycross. Now here we are, little old Hazlers, and Mr. Cody's out there. He's been running this thing and working with it, and he's working hard. We've got 30 airplanes live out there, in and out, flying, buying fuel, and whatnot, business going on in this town. 27 in Vidalia and 27 in Waycross. How many airplanes are based at the airport in Douglas? Smarty. Douglas isn't even with us. Douglas has got 30 aircraft and hangars out there based and flying out of Douglas. The point I'm trying to emphasize here is that we got a good thing out of that airport. It's very valuable. And if we keep that thing, of course, I need a little levity in here as well. Cody says he's going to have Delta flying in here Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Yeah. No, I don't, didn't. Yeah.
Chief Wasman right here, you can put him in any department, you can place any department head in here, and due to his, ability to consolidate, put together, plan, and do, he run any department in here, but he sure runs a good fire department. Ain't nobody anywhere around here who says, in fact, like Eric, and his excelling in GLA, this man right here is known far and wide when he fire control. And how long do you tell me you're gonna be here?
Few more years.
All these sapsuckers are about gone.
And I'm leaving.
Soon. Right here is a man that came into Hazelhurst as a youngster. When you come in?
I was
The chief.
20, I was 32 as chief.
Was you 32? You look like he's 22. You always, he looks young, doesn't he? This man has stayed here through mayor after mayor, council after council, crap after crap, and he's run a good show. And he never has got overweight. Always, and there's no queer in me, but he's always been a nice looking man, well dressed, and represented the city well. I commend you. We've got a group of people around here, and I'll even go a little step further. I hadn't got to know this fellow for a little while ago. But if you were going to France, and all those people over there spoke French, you were going by yourself and you didn't know a word of French, and you go into France. Now, what would be the most important thing you could carry with you if you could go to France, not speaking the language, and what would be the most important thing you're going?
Rosetta Stone.
Huh?
Google Translate.
Okay, Griffin's getting close. You want somebody to speak the language for you, so you tell what's going on. Let me tell you something. This fellow right here speaks industry language. He knows where the cogs are turned, where the things need to be greased in Atlanta and about this state. And we are fortunate to have somebody. This is almost like going to France with a French speaking person to interpret for you. He knows the language about as good as I've ever seen him. And he's doing a good job. It's a $100 million pellet mill out here. A shoe manufacturer, we never manufactured shoes in this place for years, and now we're manufacturing shoes here. And a lot of other things. Go every industrial building we don't have a place to house anybody. They're full. He's doing a good job. I think these fellows right here, coached up a long time. You're going to stay hooked up with traces a long time. But these others right here fix to go. And I'm going to tell you something. Either professional training of some sort, specialized in some kind of technology, and I'll even go so far as to say college degrees. In the years to come, your position in supervision and direction and management of this city, if it runs properly, every single one of you ought to be replaced by an equivalent college graduate. The technology with computers and all of the things that you have to handle, this old haywire days is gone. And you don't have a single person come along, maybe some of you got some, you don't have a person ready to fill your shoes. You got some good people, I know the employees real well. We're fortunate to have some. Let me tell you what, with the way this thing's going, we need some very talented, qualified people to fill your shoes, and you better start helping us find them. You worked hard through these 28 or 30 or whatever years. You're fixing to leave here, and it's part of your obligation to see that your shoes are filled when you leave. Now get busy and help us fill them. Like I said, it's sort of, we're baking a cake. You can have if you want to cook a blueberry cake, you can have a big old bowl of blueberries here and some good flour here, and some flavor in here. I don't know, y'all know what to put on the cake together with. But if you don't put all those ingredients together and mix them up properly and blend them like they should be, they'll stay a big old pile of blueberries and they'll, you know, big old pile of sugar, and a big old pile of flour. We want a blueberry cake. I like blueberry cake. But if we don't take this sugar and flour and blueberries and all this stuff and put it together and blend it together just right, you're not gonna have a blueberry cake. You're gonna have some flour and some sugar and whatever. We've got to take and get our ass together and blend and bake this blueberry cake. Or, if we talk about it, we're a competitive sports people. Old Lane over there says he'll center the ball, he can't run, but he'll center it.
Throw it straight.
And I'm about through here. I appreciate you listening to me. Tommy asked me some time ago, or I think, no, I take that back. I think the council asked me to give a report on the condition of the city. And it's bothered me, it's been on my mind real hard. And I want to. And I'm gonna tell you this. Well, what I've told you about this group out here, our employees, and I've been very negligent here. Here's a new chip on the block sitting here. Let me tell you what, 30 years of experience in various areas and our background has been excellent. There's no way anybody could have tried to help cooperate with me and you on anything that you asked her to do. With our human resources, with all the employees, she's got their well-being at heart. And let me tell you something else too. She'll cry with them and help them at all she can. They mess up, she like a little bulldog. She'll get on her behind. And you think she won't. I don't know how y'all came up with this, but y'all got about it. I don't think you could have done a better job than you put in this position. Right here sits an old fellow. And Ken, I've said this a million times, no, 1,000 times. I don't believe there's a sharper, better lawyer than 100 miles here. I believe you're that good. I really do. We got a team, y'all, that's outstanding. Well, we mix the cake and cook blueberry cake. I don't know if we're gonna make the cake or not, that blue mess crap rot out here. I don't know if we're gonna take the team and get everybody in the right position or not. But I think we've got all the ingredients are here. And let me tell you something. I've told you about this progress we've got, and boy, I'm proud of it. But we can take this town with the leadership that's here and lay the groundwork for 10 and 20 years down the line, that when you lay it out there in the cemetery somewhere, and I'm probably gonna beat you there, I think some good things will have happened because of what we did. Or we can fiddle around here and not do the right mix. It's not gonna happen. So what I'm pleading with y'all, us and me, all of us, it's gotta mix this cake up real good. Put all the right ingredients in it, blend it together properly, put it under the right temperature, and let's make a good cake. And let's get at it. We need to move. Thank you for listening to me. We got to go into executive session. I entertain a motion. We got a little problem with a Texas and ex-employee. Minor thing, it'll take us about 5 minutes. I entertain a motion. We go into executive session.
Make a motion.
And for what reason, Mr. Person?
Personnel.
Mr. Mayor and Council,
Yes.
could I ask a question? Will I be out of order?
No, not at all.
Okay. We have just met with the school board, and they got an increase of 0.25%. And I didn't realize till yesterday that the Internal Revenue Department is coming Tuesday. And I don't know where y'all going to stand on your millage
Our
rate.
millage rate's already set. We're staying right where we were at 7
Okay,
days.
then, as long as that's it, if they call, then, I mean, we'll notify tomorrow, Susie will, to see if it's staying the same, but just in case there was gonna be a change, because internal revenue's coming, Tuesday. And so that's where, we don't want the digest to be late, and that's
We'll be
why,
late on our part. 7 meals. Gentlemen,
that's all.
any corrections?
Okay.
Thank you, Wayne, that's where we
Thank you.
are. Y'all, did we handle this properly to go into executive session? All
Yeah,
motion. We did- we had a
right, all in
motion.
favor of going to executive session for personnel matters, say aye.
Aye.
We'll be back shortly, folks. Thank you, folks, for accommodating us. Entertain a motion that we come out of the executive session and back into regular session.
Make a motion to come out of executive session.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, back in regular session. We, in regular session, discussed our situation and found that at this time, no action was necessary. With that, I entertain a motion, Mr. Johnson. Mr. Johnson's moved that we adjourn. That's seconded by Mr. Griffin. Any further discussion? Hearing none, call for vote. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? We are adjourned. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming.